Okay. Anita, would you like to go first?
Of course, sir. I will try.
Well, the first topic, uh, we will all take turns to evaluate one another, like the same way Navinji does. So, the topic is technology is a blessing. Technology is a blessing. Once you are ready, turn on your mic and start.
Technology is blessing. Yes, it's a blessing for the people who are sitting at home and learning from the universe. Corona pandemic learn us that how can you use the technology properly. Before that, everyone go for the offline classes and reading books, etc. But still, when we are in lockdown, so nobody can attend the physical classes, not going outside for selling, for buying the books. So on that time, technology helps the people. People can join the classes, online classes, and they can grab the knowledge from the different technologies and different from the different areas. So it's a blessing for the people. And second thing, it's a very convenience. Sometimes we are not eligible to buy some classes, not can go outside, some family issues. So on that time, we can use the technology sitting at home and uh, and grab the knowledge. So from my side, it's a blessing for me also, because I'm attending the online classes of Toastmasters and getting knowledge from the different peoples. So yes, really, it's a blessing for me. Over to you, Toastmaster. Are you on mute?
Uh, the,
You're mute, sir. Yes, yes.
how do the rest of you feel the way she handled the topic? You want to give any comment, Dr. Kawalanji?
Yeah, I'll go, sir. It's Veena here. So really very good attempt, Anita. You actually brought into the value added part of how technology supports. But what could be more relevant is you brought in like technology. We sitting at home are utilizing technology, but you could have given it a personal touch by telling how you are utilizing technology in your own lives and how is it helping you to gain results. So that would add on to the topic and always ensure to give a takeaway to the audience. That's very important. So technology is a blessing. Do you agree? You can get the audience involved in the topic, and that could enhance the value of the topic, is what I feel. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for the evaluation. Thank you so much.
Yeah, always give lots of examples to support your point. Remember what I said, right? Point, reason, example, example, example. To connect with the audience, if it was not for technology, will all of us be sitting here now and listening to me? It's because of this technology that we could still meet one another and across borders, across countries. So you bring in the audience, and you can say also, no, technology. Another technique is past, present, future. In the past, many years ago, we were all in our own country. We don't know what is happening around the world. The moment we had cable TV, you know what's happening in Singapore, what's happening in Ukraine, what's happening in America. So the world becomes smaller, connected, and your knowledge increases. So that you covered only the blessing. To get more points, talk about the opposite. Technology can also be a curse, a headache. Look at this, what is happening to everybody. While they are crossing the road, they are looking at the handphone instead of the traffic light. How many accidents have happened? People, while taking selfie, have fallen into the river, eaten by crocodile. You know, all these disasters you can talk. And how sometimes They are so engrossed that they overlook looking after their own child, and that has led to disasters. So all the negative you must also bring. How through the social media, a guy meets a guy, a girl, a girl introduces herself to a guy, thinks that guy is handsome, go down there, is an old man, then she gets into trouble. And other things, people, uh, you know, uh, boyfriend and girlfriend love each other so much, sharing intimate secrets, intimate videos, and then the video goes viral and such an embarrassment until the point the girl has to commit suicide or cannot show her face. All this because of technology. And nowadays we are very scared, right? We go anywhere also, we are scared people will take our photo because we don't know where the photo will end up and whether our face will be there or somebody's face will be there. So all these fake news coming out, all these a lot of things. So social media, you must bring everything. And good thing also you can say is that because of technology, all the countries together are coming to condemn Russia for what it has done in Ukraine. I mean, you have to be just be diplomatic about it, lah. Don't take any sides. That when something happens in one country, then don't say the country name, but say a big country attacks a small country. All the other countries are aware and they are taking the necessary action to ensure it doesn't become worse. That sort of thing. So you have to say it neutrally, but there are a lot of points to cover here. All right, Dr. Kanwaljit, can I call you
Yeah,
for the
yes,
next
please.
topic? I'm going with the simple topics first. Later, I'll come with the more difficult ones. So for you, I would give this topic. I'd rather be a follower than a leader. I'd rather be a follower than a leader. You
Few
start.
days back, I was reading a book which was on decoding greatness. So the book says that in 3 ways, we can decode greatness from people. Either they are very talented, so the talent is innate and born. Second is practice. If you are not born talented, you need to practice and practice. You need to be consistent in putting up hard work and decode your greatness. And third is reverse engineering. So the topic that is here is I would rather be a follower than a leader actually fits here. Reverse engineering means that you follow other people's path. You see what they have already done and you do that. In today's world, there is a lot of competition. If we see around us, we'll find people doing all this stuff and they have already done everything, whether it comes to education, technology, marketing. Now, in this scenario, if you are going to have a new thing or a new startup or you want to bring any innovation in this world, you need to follow somebody's path. Following them doesn't mean that you don't have any leadership skills. Following them means that you are going to bring your own idea using their experiences. If they have fallen down somewhere, you are going to take that as a lesson and would not repeat that. In this way, you are going to get few things in your hand. First, you will not waste your time. You will be quick in getting results. You will come across, you will face other difficulties and will get time to solve those difficulties. So I believe I would rather follow somebody than first being a leader. Later, I can be converted into a leader. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Meghna, you got any comments to say first?
Yeah, sir. Very good approach, sir. Very confidently started. I really liked the usage of terminologies. Like people will be liking that. All of a sudden, she thought about on the feet reverse engineering. Just that I would like her to give an example. Like Kanwajit, what could add on to the value of the topic is you could have given an example where reverse engineering has worked for someone who's followed and then become a leader. While you say this, I would like to do that, but why you would like to do that is something that would give a greater essence to the what you're talking, because anybody will tell I will do it, but why you're doing is something that would add. And also there was no example as such, so two things were missing. So this could, and also conclusion to be very honest. If you're talking about contents, then everything will be scrutinized, everything. So we have to, yeah,
So
it comes with
I just have this query. Like, what happens to me is that I always exceed the time.
I
So
know.
what I saw was it was 2 minutes. So I was like, now I should just wrap up. So
So
that is
yeah,
the problem with me. Yes. So
correct.
can you
So
shed a light on this? Yes.
yeah, so what I feel is, because I've also attended contests, and that usually happens because we so always believe, what I do personally is 30 minutes of introduction on whichever topic you want to talk. Then you come straight to building body, where why of the topic is being addressed, opinion, why, reason why you're doing it, and then example. So your 1 minute 45 seconds you should conclude your body. Okay, and 1 minute 45 seconds you should start with your conclusion and give a message to the audience that they take away. So now so this is why I want to be a follower. And do you think the same? Involve the audience, or tell them that, see, this is what I'm going to do, and if you do the same, then you will be achieving this, something like a takeaway or a message.
Well said,
Okay.
Meghna.
Mhm.
Dr. Kanwaljit, I like your approach. Very direct, very forceful. That shows your confidence. What I would suggest is catch the title's main points. Leader or follower? Can a person become a leader without becoming a follower? You need to learn the ropes of the trade, and don't go very far. Just go to your own profession. I'm a doctor. I was a houseman before. I learned, and then I created a niche for myself. Then you can go, you see, you can go from level to level, from personal, talk about personal, then go to a leader, meaning maybe a political leader, or something like that. They started small, then they learn. The famous example they talk about is Picasso, in the artist, right? He learned all the different styles of painting, and then he discovered and came with his own style, which is called cubism. And what he said, famous quote: to be original you must copy. So you can say, a leader, a follower need before you become a leader, you have to follow, which means you have to copy the way they do things, and then you change with your own style, all that. So you can even bring actors, actors. I mean, if you are in the, as long as you are doing it in India, you can talk about actors, how they started following one style and then they came with their own style. Or singers, all those things that people can identify with. You can even go very direct. You can say, where did you learn your cooking? From your grandmother and your mother and your mother-in-law, right? You followed first, right? This is how you must cut. This is how you must slice. This is how you must heat up. This is the ingredients. A, B, C, D. You learned everything. And then you come with your own recipe. Like like that. Life is like that. To be a leader, you have to follow first. If you can never follow rules and regulation, how can you lead? You are a rebel. So, so that is how you can bring in the two ideas and play with them. Because you can also reverse. There are also people who have not been followers. They are leaders. Napoleon Bonaparte, example, Hitler. He is not a follower. He wants to do his own way of doing things. You can give some examples like that to balance it. Not more, not just for balancing. It is more of to have more time, more things to say within that given time. So, like Meghna said, first 30 seconds is an introduction. Look for some quotations, some general topics that we know: success, leadership, fame. Have some quotation on this somewhere. Just go through, write down, write down, write down. Then just throw that at the beginning. Then you go. Then ending, go back to the topic main point, and then finish it. Right? But I really love your approach. You have a very positive, direct approach, very confident. It's very good.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you for the feedback. Thank you so much.
Seema, would you like to try a topic?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I shall try.
Yeah, don't be scared, huh? After that, Meghna will also be doing one topic, because she's good, but she's very humble. She still says she wants to learn. Okay. Yeah, I give you a very funny topic. Huh? Men are a dying species. Men are a dying species.
Men are the men.
Dying.
Fishes. Sir, please change my topic. Well, please change.
You try it. I want you to try it. If you
Okay.
want, I can ask the next person to talk opposite.
Okay.
Meghna, you want to try it out? You talk opposite of this.
Yes, after her. After her. I'll just
Yeah,
talk. Yeah.
just try it. Any topic given, just try it. Doesn't matter. It's not about right or wrong. It's what we can say, and then from there we improve ourselves. All right?
I stand here to express my points on topic men are dying species. So, fellow Toastmaster, dear fellow Toastmasters, friends and guests. Yes, absolutely. Sometimes I feel that men are dying species because they can't imagine what's the perspective of female. Sometimes they demolish the perspective of females, and in my perspective, sometimes when I was a child, I faced many difficult. I have faced this type of obstacles. There was my friend, but he always said that I I did first this thing, and you did not do because you are a girl. And these in our country, I have also faced this type of stereotypes of people. Recently, I have completed my B.Ed examination. When I want to join in B.Ed, my neighbors are just saying, "You are married, so why are you going outside of the home? Why are you want to pursue your dream?" But it's my dream, and it's my dream, or it's my choice. I want to I want to need I want to attempt again study. I want to become more educated so that I can spread the enlightenment everywhere. So I want to work upon it. And yes, of course, sometimes men do not agree female points. Female wants to uh, try to put her points, but he always try to diminish that points. So thank you. Back to you, sir.
Thank you for trying. I know it was quite uh, tough for you. I can see you're very nervous, but it's okay. You did your best. Can I request the other ladies to give your comments? Anita, do you have any comments to give to Seema?
Yes, yes, Seema, you put on your efforts. That's very good, because I'm also you just like you feeling scared when anyone putting any question to you. So please keep on it. Try it again and again. I think we will survive in this area.
How about how about Meghna? Do you have any comments to say?
So Seema, I would actually appreciate her on the attempt only. She told she will not talk, and she finally did. That's something big thing. But what happens, no, Seema, you were you know about things, just that you spoke for 2 minutes 18 seconds. That is in itself a very big thing. If you are someone who doesn't know the topic, then you would have spoken only for 1 minute. That means you have the content. What is stopping you is hesitance or hindrance. Once you break that barrier, you're just free flying. Mind is like an open parachute, just that keep it open, then you will fly in table topics. Yeah.
Dr. Kanwaljit, you got any comments?
I really feel that it was brave of her to take such a topic, because for a minute I was like, what does this mean? Men are a dying species. So if she could speak on that for 2 minutes, I'd say that that was commendable. And then it was her own experiences that she came up with. So I believe that that was the best part of it. Yeah.
Anyone wants to take this topic on a reverse angle? This same topic on a reverse angle, opposite.
Yeah, sir, I will go for that.
Hey, hold on. Let me set my timer.
Okay, sir.
Hold on. Same thing. I will only put at the.
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay, once you're ready, I will start the time.
Starts. Life and death are phases of to a coin itself. That is, one is towards a right side and one is towards the darker side. What you would like to choose? Every person today wants to live and wants to reach heaven at the end when they achieve the death. But anybody wants to die is the question. So what you're doing with this life when you're really alive? People know about Rela Majnu, Romeo Juliet, Heer Ranja, Indira Gandhi, name it, Abdul Kalam. Who are all of these people? People who are considered immortal because they're always there back in the history, because they've done something with the time they have. How many of us are talented but are not willing to do or give full 100%? For example, today in table topics, how many of us are willing to participate but don't raise their hand because they're afraid? This very stance, my friend, is one that will make you immortal. Humans will die, but what after death? Do you know? But to discover that and to know, to discover the unknown is something that you have to take a stance for. And whatever potential you have in life, as basic as volunteering for a table topic or achieving the unset goal that you have set for yourself without breaking the barrier, is something that you need to do. Let me share a small story of a school, my childhood, where I was back in school days afraid to participate in a location contest. And then that power came in me that yes, I have to ignite and fight back. And I took that stance and there was no looking back. And today here, I'm leading table topics, volunteering and mentoring people. So do you have the fire? Then take the stance and lead the way. And the sky is the limit, trust me, my friends. And death and life are just two faces of the coin. While you are alive, truly live in the present moment and do something for the people, for the better of the people and the world outside. There is no looking back because death is just the name. What lies after death is immortalness, and that is achieved only by doing what you want to do. So live before you die. Over to you.
Okay, now I'm asking the rest of you for your comments. How you feel when she talk about that topic? Starting from Anita, how do you feel? How did you feel when you listened to her?
Yes, it was amazing speech. Yes, you are already, I think, a winner in the contest. So your ideas were very genuine. So kudos to you.
How
Thank you so
about
much.
Toastmaster Seema?
Yes, sir. In whole meeting, in whole, then she has put her perspective. I was focusing on her confidence. She has a
Yes.
so I also want to enhance my confidence, and I also want to become as like her.
Good.
Thank you. Thanks for that.
Dr. Kanwaljit.
I think it was an amazing speech, Meghna. I really like the content, the confidence, the content as well, because how you transitioned. It was so wonderfully transitioned. You asked questions, you went in the past and talked about Lela, Majnu and all. And then there was a comparative comparison done. So comparative language was even there. That is living and death. Both were compared. And then you gave a message at the end, and there was a story also as a young girl what you face, and now you are training so many people for table topics. So I believe all the ingredients were there in 2 minutes. So your whole life was squeezed into that 2 minutes, and it was presented with such confidence. So I believe that there were questions, there was comparative language, and as sir has been telling us, like you need to talk about both the aspects that are there in this speech. So you covered both the aspects, and then you actually there was an open-ended question for all, life or death. You were not supporting any one part and any one side. So I believe that that was the best part of it, and then questioning, trying to engage the audience with the question. So do you have that fire in you? And then there was a takeaway as well at the end because of your story. So I believe it was wonderfully presented, and definitely I would love to learn this skill as a
See, what
Sir,
what she
please. I know. I have lot of drawbacks, sir. Please, you help me.
Okay, this topic is not easy, but why it arose is that just like in the animal kingdom, different species are dying, right? So I just came up with this to talk specific about the male species. I'm a sociology student, so what we study in sociology is that the the death rate is higher for men. Reason, they indulge in dangerous activities, bullfighting, all those going to war, all those things. So they are killed off. That's one way. Another way is suicides. Suicides percentage wise, men are higher than women because men don't have a wide network like women. You always say you are a man, you cannot cry. You are a man, you cannot share your feelings. So that eventually leads to all these things. And today you see in society a lot of women are coming into the top positions, right? So women have sort of, how should we evolution evolved from one kind of mindset to another. For the men to come to that, they have to also come to a certain thing to understand, to accept that women are equal and they are not inferior to us. It's not like they're another species and we must be on the top and they must be. So this is a mindset that we need to change among students in schools and all that. So that's the backdrop for this. But so to handle this, there are two ways. One is you talk about the male species dying because give facts, figures, all that. The other is no, they are not dying. If there's no men, how can there be women and children and all that? And how can there be soldiers, fighters, blah blah that. The third way is take the word man to refer to mankind. Mankind is not dying. Actually, mankind is the one that is taking over the planet and destroying the rest of the species. So that's another way. So how I know this third perspective is I gave this topic to a few different places, and one of them is a lady who came and gave it a different definition as mankind. So mankind is not dying. So this is how we go. So when you have this kind of topics, you must bring in science, sociology, different subjects. Then you have a wider scope. Like as you all saw our Meghna, right? She's she brings in our our legends, our present society, personal examples. So many different areas. So all of us have many areas. Seema, I'm not sure whether you're a housewife or whatever you are, you bring in your background. As a housewife, I'm like this. As a family person, I'm like this. As a teacher, I'm like this. So all this comes in, and these are the examples you must bring in for every topic. You're talking about leader, right? Follower. When I was in school, I had to be a student to learn. I learned everything. Then I became the expert in this. Okay. When I was married, I had to learn these things. So one by one we learn, right? So say first we learn, then we teach. So in this way, when you say this, right, you can also bring in some of the things said by the famous people like Stephen Covey. First seek to understand, then blah blah blah. The 7 habits, right? Highly effective. Remember the seven habits, the title, and then bring it in. It's how you interpret it. It need not be the way he say it, right? Yeah. So quite a good handling. Now I'm going to actual topics that were given in contest. So they're tough. They're not easy.
Actually, sir, sorry, sir. I had to leave. I have a class at 7:30, but I would definitely like to see the recording of this. And if you could take one more session in a day or so, I would request you for this.
The next one I'll target for Friday. I mean, if
Okay.
you want in between, then if you can get a few people, it's okay. If one or two, then it doesn't have the impact, because now you're asking everybody's feedback, right? So you
Yes,
won't have the
yes.
impact. Yeah.
So I have to leave. I have a class at
Alternately,
7:30.
alternately, I can do this
Yes.
every morning. My time could be 7 a.m. or 9 a.m., which will be
Mm-hmm.
2.5 hours earlier for you. I'll post a
Mm-hmm.
topic. The moment you see it, within
Mm-hmm.
2 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
do a voice recording and post it there.
That could be done if I want to practice, and it would be really great if you could help for some time. Like,
Yeah, so I can put a topic there, but the moment you see it, you need to quickly. Don't think, okay, I saw the topic, I will do it half an hour. Then the momentum is lost. In table topics, the sooner you do it, you, you get over it.
I
No?
really wanted to attend this session, but unfortunately, I had to leave today.
It's okay, ma'am. We understand. Everyone is
But
busy.
this
It's
was
okay.
like, yes, this was amazing. Like today, I learned so much in such a short span, and I believe that if I would have been here for like an hour or so, it would have been a great impact in my
It's
thinking
okay, okay. We're
ability.
always learning. Don't worry. It's always learning. What you can do is in between, if you see, I'll add you to my one of my WhatsApp, I think my Telegram group, where we have a
Yes.
lot of people there. If they have a certain meeting on a certain day and it fits with you, just go there, handle the table topic. If not,
That would be
listen to
wonderful.
others talk at the table topic. Always
So,
listen to
okay,
others.
will you please share that link with me if it is possible for you?
Put it in the
Yeah.
Friday group. I'll put it in the Friday group.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So, bye bye, everyone. Take care.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So Meghna, I give you the topic. I'll give
Sure,
you the
sir.
topic.
Awesome.
Because you are so the same thing. I'll stop at the 2 minutes since you're going for
Yeah.
contest. The rest of you, you all give your comments, and then if you're ready, you just say you are ready to take a topic, and then I will give you a topic also. All right?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on, just a minute. Let me just go there. I could have given you some of the topic before. If I have, then let me know. Because there's one I came. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams.
The only thing that stands between a man and what he wants from life is often the will to try and faith to believe that he can succeed. How many of us have dreams? Keep your hand on your heart and tell me, is there one person sitting in the room today who doesn't dream? Every person dreams. And those dreams can be only materialized when you have the will to try and faith to believe that you can succeed. So, do you have that will? Is what is my question. And to answer that question, let me tell you a small story which brings in you that faith, that instills that confidence within you that you can succeed too. I joined Northern Trust 6.5 years ago as an analyst. When I joined Northern Trust, I met a trainer called Manjula Arun. She was fabulous as a trainer. And the moment I saw her, I decided that I want to become trainer because I had faith that I have that quality imbibed in me to train people. I kept that dream alive in me. I worked as an analyst, then senior analyst, then TC to acquire the knowledge that I needed in order to train somebody, as Manjula said. And after 4.5 years, I materialized the dream by becoming a trainer in Northern Trust Fund Accounting team. And it's been more than 2 years. I'm serving in the same team, getting exceptional performer recognition today. And that brings the faith alive in me. If you really have a confidence to achieve your dreams, then follow it to date. It might take time. There's always darkness till in the end of the tunnel, right? But at the end of the tunnel, you see the light. But do you have it in you to stand and struggle and sail through the waves, against the waves, and achieve where you have to actually go? So I would like to request each one of you to recall that one dream of yours that you have been longing to achieve and are unable to achieve because of some hindrance or barrier. Break that barrier today and go see through that. By how? By planning out things, list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the to-do task, and start right now, because you could not wait for a new year to begin that or an auspicious moment, because always the time that is ticking and you cannot regain it back. So future really belongs to those who believe that they can succeed achieving their dreams. So be the one who will stand by and achieve their dreams. Over to you.
Comments from the others? Sima, you got any comments?
Sir, she is superb. I don't have any comment.
Anita, how about you?
Yes, sir. Meghna, you're speaking very well. Yes, we all have the dreams and we follow them. And when we try to get it, we enjoy our journey. So I hope we have to enjoy our journey till reach to the destination, because it gave us more pleasure than reach to the destination. So follow your dreams and do efforts whatever is required.
Okay, good. Meghna,
Thanks
what
for that.
I liked is that
Yeah.
you went straight to the topic about why we need to have what is it, dreams, right? Why we need to have a dream, the purpose, objective, and then you went to the second part about you all should go ahead and have it, how you develop over time and all that. What I felt is that you took only 2 minutes. You can talk more than that. You got another
More
30
than that.
seconds. Yes, you can talk a bit more, but you are going at a super fast speed. You got to
Yeah, so
pause.
this is my challenge. So, and I lost the finale also because of this only. I lost the finale because I was too fast. I spoke to the judges later because they don't disclose actually what's the reason. But I was requesting too much, so they told me the pace was the challenge. The person who came second, her speech was not that effective. But because my pace was too fast, they told audience cannot grab the content what you say. So you have to reduce the rate of speech. So this has been the challenge, like I'm facing.
What you can do is that because you already have a structure, right? You talk about the topic first, then you go to examples, something like that, right? You have a certain formula I can see.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about what is dreams, blah blah, and all that, pause. Just count 1, 2. Now look at me. So that is where you are. They call it a signposting or transition. So now how does I fit into this? Then you pause. I started A, went to this, and now in front of you, I'm here. My dream is becoming a reality, right? And then, but what about you? Pause again, 1 or 2 seconds. You just tell yourself, I need to pause after a while. Stop. But the pause should be only 1 second. Pause. It's like almost like you're talking, breathing in.
Yeah.
Do like that. Practice like that. Because
Yeah, sure,
I
I have
could,
to.
when you were talking, whether the judges could catch up with your speed.
Yeah,
It
sure.
doesn't matter whether the audience can catch up with your speed. That's not the truth. If they can, the
Mhm.
audience, if the judge can catch up with your speed, you are in. Nobody will, they don't really bother about the audience, especially for virtual, because you really can't see the audience, honestly.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
physical is different because you can see the audience response. They're laughing,
Yeah.
crying. Their body actions will show that they are responding to
Correct.
you and all that. But here, the speed, if it's too fast, can't capture.
Yeah,
So
sure.
that is where you have to slow down a bit. But
Yes,
on
sir.
the other hand, there are people who have a lot of content, but they talk. If they talk at my speed, everybody will fall to sleep. Will
Yeah.
So cannot. That's why for Seema and Anita, when you speak, if you speak faster, it is like as if you are very energetic, animated, excited. That it gives that impression. Some people they can. I mean, Magna is okay, but there are some people who will talk at that speed, but what they're talking has no sense. It's all nonsense. But because they give the impression they are so good, judges say, wow, how can he manage that? How can she manage that? So good, so confident, blah, blah. So you must create that confidence. When you start, you don't start like as if, I don't know the topic, I don't know how to. No, 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 don't. You, inside your height, maybe you feel like that, but don't show that. You must say, you must be like Magna, grab it. Dreams, all of us have dreams, and then you think of something. So a good way is to write down and keep some quotations. So quotations on dreams, reality, fantasy, childhood, all the different topics you can think of. Have 1 or 2 quotations here, right there. Then practice it in your own speech, in your speeches, in your 7 minute speeches. Bring them in. Then it will become part of you. So naturally, it will
Yeah.
come in. You know, like how can you have how can anything become true if you don't have a dream? Abdul Kalam himself said, Abdul Kalam has said a lot of things. You take many of his quotations are all has to do with dreams, goals, missions. There's one powerful one. He says, to to be like the sun, burn like the sun. So anything to do with energy, action, bring the one inside. Then you must talk like him. He talks when you listen to Abdul Kalam, he's a fiery person. He doesn't solve because that's the power is there. So the power must be there when you all speak. You must whatever you speak from now on. Maybe today you all just get an idea. From now on, you tell yourself, "I will talk like I'm going to fight with them." It's like a war with them because that energy when it comes out, it goes into the audience. They feel, "Wow, I must listen to Anita. I must listen to Sima. I must listen to Meghna." So that's how you grab the attention of the audience. Even while you're talking, let's say I'm talking like that, yeah, suddenly I must change my tone. But then, and then they all wake up. Wow, what is he going to say? So that kind of dramatic effect must be there. You're playing with your voice. Listen to all the DJ, radio. Radio cannot see the person, right? But with your voice, they will capture you. And now comes the beautiful song of Lata Mangeshkar. Their voice, you listen only, you fall in love with them. Really. So that kind of effect you must use with your voice. So you must experiment with your voice. So what I'll do is from tomorrow onwards, I'll post one topic. You all just try. Don't worry whether it's right or wrong. Huh? Don't care. It doesn't mean Meghna is queen, Kuma is queen, king, nothing. Sometimes I also say nonsense. It happens to all of us. We just learn from one another. You take the best from one another. All right. So, Anita, would you like to try a topic?
Yes, sir. I will
Okay.
try.
This is also a contest topic. And since you are also a English teacher, I give you something that you all will know. Lah. A bad carpenter always blames his tools. A bad carpenter always blames his tools. Get that?
Yes, a good painter never believe how the instrument with it, but a bad painter always blame on their instruments. So people do not use their efficiency. They only search the negative efforts, negative things in their life. Always blame sometimes we have some situations around us that they are not favorable for our success. So on that time we blame to the only conditions. But if we have the confidence, if we have persistence, then we can go ahead with their own dreams. So not worry about the conditions, not worry about the uh, you know you have some sources or not. But if you want to achieve something, go ahead. Whatever condition you have, whatever source you have, go with them and achieve your target. Just like me, because I was only 17 years when I got married. I was in the family, but I can't attend the school and colleges and etc. But I have faith in myself. So I grab the knowledge from our neighbors and try to continue my study as well. I have some sources, and I get my destination. I completed my study, and now I'm working as a teacher. So if I on that time I blame that I haven't idea, I haven't, how can I achieve my dream? So then I could be the I can quit from my dreams. but I never blame that I haven't any source. Whatever I had, I go with them and I achieved my dreams. Over to you, CTM.
Good try. Can others give their opinion? What, Meghna?
Yeah, sir. So I just think she could have, realized that she could conclude a little early, and examples are needed, but to the point. So just limiting her head examples and concluding little early would help her, actually. Yeah.
Seema, do you have anything to say?
Uh, yes, sir. She has just tried to complete their points in that time, within the time.
Hmm. I felt that like Meghna said, you spend a bit of too much of time talking about the bad carpenter and the good carpenter. You can just say what you mean by a bad carpenter blames his tools, meaning that when something goes wrong, we blame circumstances, what we have, and all that. And then you go to your personal examples quickly. Otherwise, you don't have enough time to talk about your examples. Then it gets a bit boring already because you're saying the same thing but in different words. So you have to look at how to say from one point quickly, move on to the next, bring in something else, bring in something else, bring in something else. Then you can talk about personal stories, but bring a lot of examples inside because you are trying to explain to the judges that you understand the saying. So you have to start with carpenter. What does a carpenter do? They build using wood and all that. If the wood work is not perfect, who is responsible? Is it the carpenter or that? Then you give another example. In a company, when something goes wrong, who is responsible? Is it the boss or the employees? In a family, then one by one you go lah. One by one you give examples, so they know that you're connected and you are explaining it. Got it? Okay, Toastmaster Seema, do you want a topic?
Yes, sir.
Time to slow down. Time to slow down.
Time to slow down. Uh, I would like to express my view on the topic time to slow down. So, dear fellow Toastmasters, friends, and guests, time. Time is precious. We all know about it. We can't deny from this quotation. And without time, if we do any work within a time, it like a it's like a bouquet of flowers. Because when I go to my school, at that time, if we do not go on time, so maybe the principal becomes unhappy to me, and the children, what about children, what about the students, they also copy to me whatever I give, they imitate me immediately. So we always focus on time. We do not kill our time because we are responsible to make the children. And in our society, it is also very important to focus on time, because when if we want to do something in for our society, so we must take the plunge for that. So time is very valuable and precious. We can't waste the time of ourselves as well as another one. And if we talk about my family, I have to manage all things. I want to household chores, as well as I go outside because I am teacher, so I have to do a lot of work and a lot of responsibility, as well as I am a Toastmaster. So I also want to attend more meetings, more knowledge. I want to enhance more knowledge so that I explore myself and I can teach my students with wisely and brilliantly so that they can always remember, yeah, she is a wonderful teacher. Back to you, DTM.
Wow, I can see now. Now you're more confident than the first time you tried today. You can see your improvement, right? You're more confident now. Okay, I will ask Meghna to give the comments first.
Okay. So Seema, good attempt. I could, as Sir rightly mentioned, there was lot of, you were smiling, you were happy in attempting topic. See, this is very important. You begin with the confidence, but also what is really important, Seema, is to get the meaning of the topic. Time to slow down means that you're taking too much on your plate at once, and take one step at a time. That's what the topic means, right? So getting, so what, see, this is not your fault also. Many people of us who are sitting in room today might not know the meaning. It's okay, you're attempting it, but what is really important is enhancing the knowledge by, reading through a lot of things and things like that, so that you get familiar with the topics that are there around. Then you can talk. But very good attempt. The problem was understanding the meaning. If that would have been caught right, then everything else will fall in place. That's my take, sir. Yeah.
How about Toastmaster Anita? What's your comments?
Yes, she did better than the first attempt, but really it was a good attempt. Yes, I also don't understand the actual meaning of the topic. So it's a difficult on that time to continue with it, but you did it. Thank you.
In a contest, you see, in a contest, if many contestants don't understand the topic, the one who understand the topic will be the first. The one that understood the topic, half will get second. Like that, it works like that. So if this was a contest, you still got a chance to get a prize. Don't worry so much. Because they also want to see how you handle the topic. Even if you don't know, no understand it, you'll get some points for that. But you need to understand the topic. It means time to slow down means don't rush. Now you must slow down. That's what he's saying. So how to approach it is make use of the time. Time to slow down. If I slow down within these 2.5 minutes, I will never get any prize. So I will move fast. But the point is, everything we do in life is rush, rush, rush. Wake up, quickly cook, get the tiffin ready, send the husband to work, then for the child, then get ready, go to work. Halfway, forget the wallet, come back home, take back the wallet, go back, take the train, take the bus, go to school, do this, blah, 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 blah. Why is there no stop? When we are traveling on the road, there is a traffic sign. Green, yellow to slow down and red to stop. If we can also have that same thing in our lives, every day while you're working, suddenly slow down, stop, go for lunch. After lunch, slow down, stop, talk to friends for a short time. Come back to work, finish it, slow down, stop, talking about, thinking about work, think about family, go to family, focus on family. Like that, you can use the word stop. Traffic sign. Think of the traffic sign. Always, if you can, think of something to compare the topic with. Here, traffic sign is a good example. You can compare and say, we must have a traffic sign in our life to tell us when to slow down, when to stop. If not, 24 hours we are working, or 24 hours we are in one activity. We don't divide our work into different compartments. End up you become a jack, sorry, what do you call it, jack of all trades but master of none. That means you know little bit of everything but you don't know anything completely. That's what is happening. And you might say, isn't it very funny that now with all this modern technology, all this modern gadget, we still say we don't have the time. Isn't that the greatest joke? The caveman, until now, we have developed so much, but still we say we don't have time. So, what is wrong here? It's because we don't want to slow down. I want to get my career, my whole life, 30 years, 40 years, focus on career. Then, too late to have a baby. Some people are like that. Others, whole life saving money, 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 60 years old, 70 years old, then want to travel. Too old. The bones and the body is not ready to move around. Why they didn't slow down. So like that, you can give so many examples, how people don't slow down. They just want to rush, 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 and then they lose out in life. What's the purpose of everything? What is going to follow us in the end if you don't know when to slow down? A lot of things you can bring in, you can say family, from the time the son is born until the son gets married and become a grandfather, the mother is attached to him. Don't know how to slow down and let go. Whole life she's suffering. My son don't love me. Your son cannot be loving you alone. The son got his own wife, children, grandson. So he has to divide his love towards everybody. So like that, many, many perspectives. I just give you one example before I finish off this. Think of multiple perspective. They call it green, the color green. When you look at the color green, science is chlorophyll, nature, all those things. Green in Islam is important. Green in Hindu religion is important. Green also means innocent. So look at multiple perspective. And the example I will give you is the example of the blind man and the four the sorry. Remember this. I'll show you now. Always remember this. Many topics, think of looking at it from multiple angles. An elephant can be described as a fan if they only touch one part of it, as a spear if they touch another part, and like that, so forth, right? So similarly, if a topic is given, think of it also from a different angle. If I'm a psychologist, if I'm a teacher, if I'm a professor, if I'm the prime minister, how will I look at this same thing? Like now, the war, right, that is happening in that Ukraine. Russia looks at Ukraine differently. US looks at Ukraine differently. Other countries look at Ukraine differently. Every country got their own viewpoint, perspective. So a topic has multiple perspective also. Not all, some of them have it. Thank you very much.